slides. Tiny mistake can redraw lives. Names on the board, but the story's live. Turn by turn, we fight to arrive. This is the Formula Vee Trophy. We ride the edge, we ride it clean. GGR Nation in my headset. One more lap to chase the dream. Formula Vee Trophy, hold your nerve and hold the line. TGR Nation, feel it rising. Champions build a 10th at a time. Strapped in tight, screen glow on my face, ghost lines, break lights, chasing every trace from warm-up laps to the last white flag. Heartbeat louder than the waving rain. This is the Formula Vee Trophy. We ride the edge, we ride it clean. TGR Nation in my headset. One more lap to chase the dream. Formula Vee Trophy, hold your nerve and hold the line. TGR Nation, feel it rising. Champions build a 10th at a time. And stay calm when the back end slides. Tiny mistake can redraw lives. Names on the board, but the story's live. Turn by turn, we fight to arrive. This is the Formula Vee Trophy. We ride the edge, we ride it clean. GGR Nation in my headset. One more lap to chase the dream. Formula Vee Trophy, hold your nerve and hold the line. TGR Nation, feel it rising. Champions build a 10th at a time. Strapped in tight, screen glow on my face, ghost lines, break lights.
And a very good morning, everybody. Welcome along to the Formula Vee Trophy Series. Hope you're doing well, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you might be around this big, colourful marble of ours. We're in for an absolute ripper here. We're on an oval racetrack, and I raced in this this race last year. It was absolute anarchy. Great fun. And I think we're looking down the barrel of doing exactly the same today, having an absolute blast. So stand by. It's about to get really funky. Alexander Bogushid still leads the championship at the moment, 399 points for him. Only 8 points behind is Eric Lancheres, Christian Flagg on 386 points, and Christopher Cassiano sits there in third. We've got a rolling start here. Now, David Gerard is out on the track as well, which is great to see. He currently qualified in 7th spot, so well done for him. Unfortunately, last week he suffered a little bit of I got on the couch, was getting ready for the race and fell asleep and missed it. We've all done that. We have all done that, my friend. So fortunately, he didn't sleep in today, and he is here and ready to roll. Let me just increase this a little bit for you so we can see more of the drivers. There we go. During practice and qualifying, it was a lot of fun. There was some serious carnage, and we're expecting the same here for this one. Let's see how it goes. Eric Lancheres has taken pole position over Alexander Bogushid. You've got Russell Daly up there in 3rd spot. Well done to him. Christian Flagg is right up in the mix as well, as you would expect. There's your front row as we're getting ready to go to green here. Hold on to your socks. It's about to get very, very funky. Safety car making its way around the track. This time around, it should pull into pit lane, and it'll all be down to the start. Let's go back in the pack. This is the scene from behind David Gerard. Christopher Cassiano alongside him out of position 8. Robbie Wright up in front. Safety car pulls into pit lane. We're going to look back here because I don't think this is going to start too well. If last season's anything to go by, on board with Lancheres, who gets a great jump. Alexander just missed it a touch, but he's going to hold down 2nd. Christian Flagg on the outside has moved up into 3rd. Everybody through turn 1 cleanly. Still a couple of them side by side. Oh, problems. A spinner around in the background. That was, I think you'll find, Pullen that's had a slight issue there. Yep. Certainly is. Let's go back and see what happened to him. Oh, in fact, he was the one who tried to avoid the issue. And a few of them have already come afoul already. In this one, Maroney has made his way up into 8th spot. He's got round Eric Legault. And Daly, who was right up there in the mix, has had an issue as well. Was he helped, or did he do this all on his own? No, just did it all on his own, unfortunately for him. Tags the wall, so there'll be a bit of damage there. A 10-minute race around the oval track here. Alexander sits back there in 3rd spot. Further back in the pack, was that Maroney that I saw having an issue? No, must have been Zach Plum. Zach Plum running just a little bit wide. There he is. Yep, tags the wall as we come back to live action with him. This is what it's like on board with these guys through this section of the track. Just crazy. Now, Christian Flagg's made his way up into 2nd spot. And Eric Lancheres is trying to pull a bit of a gap on them at the moment. He's, giving himself a little bit of breathing space. It's only 0.4 of a second. We've had some further action back in the pack. Let's go check that out. This is Alan Daly. Just loops it round on his own. Oh, we saw that a few moments ago, didn't we? Just popped up on my screen now, so a bit of latency there. Christopher Cassiano's made his way up into 4th spot. He's right up behind Alexander at the moment. Not much between these guys as they make their way around the circuit. Christian Flagg right up onto the tail at the moment of our race leader as he gets a nice little slipstream down at the back section of the track. We come back down to the lower view. Christian wants to get on with this by the look of it. And is he dragging Alexander and Christopher into this fight as well that are absolutely nose to tail? Slight touch of the wall there. Christian biding his time at the moment. Still got 7 minutes of this race left to go, so there's still plenty of time. Now, Legoo has had an issue. Let's see what happened. Was there contact? Ooh, maybe a bit of... Oh, no, there was definite contact there. And it's over. It's gone. Oh, that was huge. That was huge. A little bit of damage to the car. Will he continue on? He's going to try as we go back to the race lead. I just saw somebody running really, really wide. There, where's David Gerard? He's right up into this fight. Sitting there at the back of this battle, down there in sixth spot as he tries to move his way forward. Maroney in a battle of his own. Let's go back and check out him as hang on, Christian Flagg's going for the race lead here. He's got it. Now, Eric won't take too kindly to that. We know what he's like. He likes to lead these races, goes straight back up the inside. So 2 changes for the race lead in 1 lap. Ooh, Christian runs very, very wide. He's trying to get a nice run onto this straight and see if he can slingshot his way past Eric. But no, can't do it. Christopher Cassiano's moved up into 3rd. Alexander Bugashud back there in 4th. And in behind him, it's Robbie Wright and David Gerard hanging on to the back of this battle at the moment, doing a great job. Let's go back and watch from his point of view. In 6th spot, as they start to go 3 wide down through these turns. Eric Lancheres under attack at the moment. Christian Flags picked up the race lead, runs a bit wide. Eric looks to the inside again. So readdresses, and they're all bunched up. This can't end well. Christian Flag goes back to the race lead. Christopher Cassiano right up onto the tail of them as well. Christian tags the wall. Eric goes through. And Cassiano about to come into the fight. Chris couldn't be here last week, but he's back out and making his presence felt in no small way. Oh, very close between Christopher Cassiano and Christian Flag. Once again, very tight between the two. Oh, they got my heart rate up there. There's your race leader in the 7 car, the Canadian leading the way. And where Robbie Wright is with Alexander and David, looks like these guys are all in a battle of their own. And Maroney has closed that gap now. He's right up into the fight as well. Alexander has made contact there. Was that Robbie Wright? Yes. There's been a huge crash down the back straight. Let's go check the replay.
That's definitely done me. I think you're up.
No.
I'm so sorry.
Robbie Wright. Let's find Robbie Wright. Here we go. Alexander, bang. There's the contact. And as a result of that, there was a Constantina. Maroney came out foul from that. I think he had issues here at this track last year as well. Eric Lancheres has given himself a gap. So a couple of them have made their way down pit lane. David Gerard's managed to survive it. So too Alexander. And David's right up behind Alexander at the moment. As these two continue on, only about 3 minutes of this first race left to go. Gerard trying to line him up. The Pit Bits pilot looks to the inside. Alexander stays wide. He gets the overtaking manoeuvre done, but runs wide. Alexander looks straight back up the inside and makes him pay for that. Great little dice going on between these two. And they've got a bit of a gap now over Robbie Wright and Todd Wakefield up into 7th spot. Back to our race leader, Eric Lancheres. Fastest lap from Christopher Cassiano, who sits there in second, a 17.818. And he's got Christian Flag all over the back of him, and these three, courtesy of that contact, have pulled out a little bit of a gap. I'll go back and try and review some of these crashes at the end of this race while we await the start of the second. But there's the play at the moment. It's a three-way dice with 2 minutes left to go. Now, Cassiano's been patient. Is he going to launch an attack in the closing stages as David Gerard, once again in the background, dives down the inside of Alexander, picks up that other spot. Now, Eric Lancheres has tagged the wall a few times. They've come up behind a lap car who's doing his best to stay out of the way. That's the 39 of Alan Daly. I think it's pronounced Daly. Christopher Cassiano can't find a way past yet, and that's giving Eric Lancheres a bit of a breathing space. Rodrigo comes into the mix, so lap traffic, a huge factor here as they come around with only about 60 seconds left to go in this race. Lancheres struggling to get through, as are second and third as well. Cassiano finds a way up the inside, and Christian Flag being very patient, just sitting there following Christopher Cassiano around. And they've managed to clear the lap traffic. Oh, almost a tag there with the 27 car of Eric Legault. Fellow Canadian, almost taking out his countryman there. I think maybe more so to the fact that Eric was trying to get a slipstream. So time is ticking down here. We're on board with your race leader, who's still got traffic up in front of him. 25 seconds left on the clock. Drops it back a gear. No white flag this time around, and Christopher Cassiano is still in the fight. There's been another couple of cars that have made contact. We'll go and check them out after this race is over. But this time around, they should get the white flag. There it is. White flag comes out, so only one more lap to go. I think Cassiano's too far back. I don't think he can make it work. The 9 car, Solomon Khan, gets out of the way, does a great job there to not get involved in this battle, and it's going to be all over Red Rover. Checkered flag comes out. Eric Lancheres takes the win over Christopher Cassiano, Christian Flag, Alexander Bougasherd. Then we've got Robbie Wright and David Gerard. They were battling out their positions, and somebody's gone tumbling back through the field as well. Russell Daly, Robbie Wright, Thomas Tucker, as they all decide to wipe themselves out after this race is over. Let's go back and take a look at some of the contact.
Yeah, that was fun. I thought I crashed it for a second there.
Here's the 33 car. Gets, oh, that's just disappeared off me. There we go. Ken Pullen.
Okay, inverted grid.
Oh.
Let's go.
Lips it round. Here's Alan Daly. The 39 just steps the back of the car out by himself and into the wall. Rodrigo and the 27 car very close, and yep, they've eventually made just the smallest amount of contact.
30 seconds to go.
Here's the issue with Robbie Wright and Alexander Bougasherd. Touch, bang, into the wall, crunch, bang, Nathan Maroney straight into the back of them. I shouldn't laugh, but what do you do? What do you do?
Yeah, I've got the same issue, Alex.
There's Nathan Maroney. Yep, that was the crash from his viewpoint. Let's go back and watch it from his standpoint. Yeah, not much you could do. The track was just sitting there in front of... Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Okay. We're standing by to go back to racing. And we've got a reverse grid here. So this is going to be absolutely insane. What we might do for this one, let's pick up Eric Lancheres and we'll watch it from his viewpoint as they get this one underway. Geez, a long way back. He's a long way back at the moment. Is he going to close the gap? I remember last year when we raced, or last season, when we raced here. It was so much fun out there, but just the difference between Hero and Zero was so low. Here's the man who's battling out the championship. And you can see Alexander Bugashern up in front. But Eric's already got first blood here today. Probably not the best term to use in motorsport, but you get that on the big gigs. Safety cars in pit lane.
Green flag.
And green flag. Let's see how it goes. This race last year ended in absolute disaster in turn one. But it looks like the majority of them have got their way through. Alexander Bugashern all over the back of David Gerard trying to work his way forward. Was that? Yes, there was contact there in the background. And whoa, Alexander Bugashern is gone. Absolutely gone. Eric Lancheres has threaded that perfectly to get through and move his way forward as there's still bits of cars. Oh, huge damage in the background. Let's go back and check this one out. Here's Alexander down the inside on the replay. Oh, no, that's too far back. I think that's the previous race. Look at this on his roof. Oh, my goodness. Back at the pointy end of the field. Alan Daly leading the way from the UK. He's got Thiessen behind him. And then we go back. Let's pick up Maroney. Maroney here's got the 41 car of Ken Pullen absolutely attacking him at the moment. Zach Plum on the inside. Doesn't get a great run out of that turn. Maroney with plenty of work to do. Sits there in fourth at the moment. Oh, Zach Plum very close to the wall. Ken Pullen wants to go on with this. Can't do it though. Gets the back of the car very squirrely on the exit of the turn. Oh, Nathan almost into the back of Legault. Oh, as he's desperately trying to find a way past. Can't make it work at the moment. Eric doing a great job, but Maroney down the inside is going to have a little bit more breathing space. Doesn't get the run out of the turn. But he's holding that line. He's holding that bottom line. Drops it back a gear, stands on the gas. But the 27 car equal to the fight at the moment. Zach Plum runs very wide, tags the wall. Now they're 3 wide. The 41 trying. Look in the background. Zach Plum right in the middle of a sandwich here. And he gets turned around. Oh, wow. That's brought David Gerard into the fight. And somebody else has gone airborne. Was that Suleiman Khan? I think it was. Wow. Let's check that out again. So here's the 9 car of Suleiman Khan. There's a bunch up and bang. Up into the air he goes. So Zach Plum, Suleiman Khan in all sorts of trouble here as they try and get pointed in the right direction. Here's your race leader, the 39 car, holding down this lead spot at the moment with about 6.5 minutes left to go in this race. Reverse grid. Can you believe it? Oh, there are some sadists out there, aren't there? Michael Thiessen trying to find a way past. Maroney. Where is Maroney? It's saying he's back there in third. Is that lap traffic? There's Maroney. And you can see a good little dice going on behind him. Eric Lancheres has found his way forward on an absolute charge at the moment. He is flying. Daly still holding the race lead. The 33 car of Michael Thiessen wants a little bit of time in the spotlight. He comes through, tries to take the race lead, but he's got the slower, tighter line. He's making it work for him at the moment. Oh, so close between those two as well. Suleiman Khan trying to fight his way forward, but not having much luck at the moment. Here comes Maroney up into third spot. Looks to the inside of the lapped car. Manages to get past. Suleiman Khan staying out of the way. As Maroney. This is what he can see in front of him. This is the battle for the race lead. He's trying to get the slingshot. Gets a great run around the outside. Dives to the inside. Is he going to move his way up into second? Yes, he is. He's now got second and now going for the race lead. That's contact. He stuck his nose up the inside literally just as the car in front of, there's somebody on their roof, just as the car in front of Michael Thiessen turned in all of a sudden on him. He wasn't expecting that.
David!
Oh, Eric Lanchera's involved in that as well. That's Christian Flagg
David, I gave you the space.
on his roof. You can hear him in the background. That was Christian. Damn it, I gave you the
Christian,
space.
I couldn't avoid that. Okay.
Poor David Gerard.
We're in trouble now.
That's the voice of David Gerard. You can hear he's sitting back down in the pack now with plenty of work to do just outside the top 10, and he has a black flag. Zach Plum up in front of him as those guys continue their battle. Zach Plum trying to work his way forward. Oh my goodness. And Alexander's been in the wars again, was he? Yeah, he just looped it around trying to avoid the issue that was happening in the on the road in front of him. So here comes Alan Daly. Oh, I shouldn't laugh, but, you know, you've got to. He's got Todd Wakefield sitting right behind him, but Todd is a lapped car. Eric Lancheras is going to be second in this battle. There he is. And he's bringing along with him, would you be surprised, Christopher Cassiano, but Cassiano's also a lapped car. He's down there in 10th spot. So this is the view up front with 3 minutes left to go. I reckon Eric can do this. I honestly think Eric can do this. I don't think there's going to be enough time to go back and review all of these crashes between races. Let's see what happens. Yeah, he's got a great run onto the straight. The lap car gets out of the way. And all of a sudden, Eric Lancheras is facing the prospect of sticking his nose down the inside. Goes for the maneuver. They're very close to each other at the moment. Now he gets another run to the inside and he goes through to try and pick up the race lead. Started to drift a bit wide, but then manages to gather it all up. So he's gone through to get maximum points with about 2.5 minutes left to go in this race. So many lapped cars. Robbie Wright's had an incident. Let's check out what happened with him. Oh, contact with Nathan Maroney. They both tagged the wall. Now, what's happened with David? Okay, I think he's had to serve that penalty, that black flag penalty. So he's back down there in 16th spot at the moment. As we stick with our race leader, Robbie Wright has got a meatball flag. Yeah, look, his front wheels aren't pointed in the direction they should be. Maroney. Let's see what happened with him. He's had another incident. Yeah, he's lit that round on his own. It's just on for young and old here, isn't it? As Robbie Wright comes down into pit lane. Only about a minute left to go in this race. And you've got to think the Canadian is going to move himself back to the top of the championship ladder. There's not much anybody's going to be able to do about it. Down across the strike. He comes to complete another lap. Now, Alan Daly in second spot. Then we go back to Eric Legault holding down third. Christian Flagg into fifth. So Christian's been able to pick up some ground, but he's got A lot of daylight in front of him. There's still time to close this gap and see if he can get to the pointy end of the field. As your race leader, with clear sight in front of him. This time around, I'm thinking they'll be getting the white flag. 20 seconds left on the board. And there's lap traffic in Ken Pullen for our race leader to deal with. There's the white flag, so only one more lap to go. And lap traffic, he doesn't really need to pass him. There's enough time there. He's got a big enough gap of 3.2 seconds back to Daly in second spot. Then Eric Legou rounding out the top three. I dare say that's going to be their finishing order. There is the checkered flag. So race is over and they're going to finish in exactly that order. Let's go back and have a look at some of these incidents. Now, how far back do we need to go? Let's have a look at Maroney's last one and Maroney's previous one. Solly Khan, from his point of view. Whoa, that was just, wow, incredible. Christian Flag got caught up in issues as well.
Let's go, boys.
That's insane. Look at that, the way they're flying. Is that Solly Khan? Oh, look at the view he had. Look at the view that Solomon Khan had coming into this. They're battling up front. There's contact. They slide straight across in front of him and boom, over we go. Oh, jeez. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a sadist, I know, but what does one do? What does one do? Holy Toledo. Extraordinary. The grid-taking formation, it'll be Lancheres off pole, Alan Daly in second spot, Eric Legou, Russell Daly, Christian Flagg, Ken Pullen, Nathan Maroney, Zach Plum, Robbie Wright, Christopher Cassiano.
Get back in line.
As you can hear in the background, Michael Thiessen, Todd Wakefield, Suleiman Khan, Alexander Bugashud, David Gerard. Those two seem to find each other on the track, don't they, David and Alexander? So let's go further back in the pack. We'll take the long view. What probability have we got of getting this one underway cleanly? Place your bets. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. Safety car leading them around in this third race. Eric Lancheres, right where he wants to be, championship points wise. He was second by 8 points coming into this. He'll be back in the lead, which is exactly where he is under these race conditions. Leading the field around. We're waiting for him to lead them off. There's the green flag now, and off they go. Gets a great run on Daly, who slows and bogs everyone down. Christian Flagg to the inside. Oh, contact in the wall for Christopher Cassiano. And further back in the pack, Alexander Bugashud is out of this one as well. Tucker involved in that. David Gerard involved in that. Zach Plum just tagging the wall in the background live. Let's see what happened back here. Here's Todd Wakefield's view of what transpired. He looped around. No, that was on his own. Let's go back to Gerard. He had a battle up front and just nowhere to go. Just nowhere at all to go. What happened from Alexander's point of view? Just got straight into the back of the 33 car. And that just caused a massive Constantina effect. And that is going to be vital for his championship. Look at this. Eric Lancheres with a 1.2 second gap over second spot. He's just absolutely bolted on this one. Christopher Cassiano further back in the pack has just got round Solly Khan. They're running side by side. There's Zach Plum. having a launch as well. As we look forward to the rest of the pack, Cassiano in a great position to elevate himself up in the standings. Fourth coming into this round after missing the previous round due to work issues. Life getting in the way. Can make every post a winner here. He's up behind Eric Lagour. Looks to the inside. Can't get the overtaking manoeuvre done, but's got plenty of overspeed. Now tries to flick to the inside to make it work. Gets a great run onto the straight. He's got to be able to hold Eric out and moves forward up into 5th spot. He lined that up beautifully, did Chris. But he's got a mountain of ground to make up. He's 0.7 behind Robbie Wright, so he's still in the slip at the moment. Well and truly in the slip. And in front of Robbie Wright,
Take the inside, Nathan.
Nathan Maroney, who Todd Wakefield's just said, take the inside. I'm going to bow out of this because he's a lap car. Well done to Todd. Great bloke. Good driver. Oh, almost contact between he and Robbie Wright. Here comes Christopher Cassiano to put Todd down one more spot, albeit the fact that he is a lapped car, sits back there in 16th spot. What's Chris going to do? Goes to the outside, and he's got to try and flick it back to the inside here. Gets a great run, and he thanks Todd for the effort too. Odds
No problem.
just gets out of the way. Great sportsmanship by him. And who was that in the background? Somebody tagged the wall. I heard a clunk. Okay, so let's go back to our race leader. The gap now down to 0.9. So Christian Flagg has done a great job in being able to close the gap. You'll see Alexander in the 111 car sitting there third on the track, but he's down there in a 15th spot. David Gerard, in spite of the fact that he got caught up in all of those issues, is still sitting there at 9th. So GG to him. What sort of battles he got going on around him? Nothing at the moment. He can just concentrate on moving forward. It's a decent gap of 3.6 to Zach Plum further up the track. Now Christian Flagg holding down second, but can't bridge this gap. It's sitting roughly at about 1 second at the moment in this feature race. And there's about half race distance left to go. In behind him, there are 2 cars. So you've got, in fact, Nathan Maroney is sitting there in 3rd spot at the moment. Let's watch a bit of this from Nathan's perspective. We'll go on board with him. He's looking at Alexander Boogasherd. These two have already made contact. I think it was in the first race, if my memory serves me correctly. But Nathan holding down 3rd and wanting to get up onto the tail of Christian Flagg to see if he can contest. And they've closed up on Eric Lancheres, courtesy of lap traffic. And Thomas stays out of the way, did his best to try and not hinder these guys up front. Alexander, the car in between, he moves out of the way and allows Nathan through.
Once we catch him.
Christopher Cassiano, you can hear him chatting away, sits back there in 4th spot with plenty of work to do to try and bridge this gap. Christian Flagg doing a wonderful job though. He's right up behind Eric with 4.5 minutes left to go. We saw this in the first race, but can he do something about it? Can he make it count? Can he get the race victory? You know he's going to try. And Nathan Maroney just squeezing everything he possibly can out of this car as Alexander just skims the wall. Oval racing in a Formula V. It sounds like, how close to the wall does Nathan get? Oh, very close to the wall is the answer to that. Tags at that time around. So let's go back and see what happens up here. We've got about 3.5 minutes left to go. Christian Flag right in the slipstream. He's got the fastest lap of this race, a 17.831. Cassiano sitting back there in fourth spot, but there is a decent gap, but it's a gap that he's been able to close down in the last few laps. You can see he's almost into the slipstream of Alexander. In fact, I think he's just picked that up now. So he comes into the fight with 3 minutes left on the clock. Alex won't fight too hard. It's Nathan Maroney that's sitting in front of him. Or, in actual fact, they're two teammates in Enduro, so maybe they will help each other out. I don't know. Now, up front, Christian Flag is getting a very racy. He is all over the back of our race leader. Looks to the inside. There was contact. Christian got out of the gas to avoid turning him around. Eric just slamming the door on him.
Brakes next time.
And you could hear Christian saying something about it. I think he was saying, I won't back out next time or something like that. I don't know if it was that, but they're good fighting words, so let's go with that instead. Now he gets a run. Can he make it count? Looks to the inside. Eric closes the gap and he stays there. Forces his way through. A great overtaking maneuver. Eric tried to slam the door. Maroney gets him. Moves up into second spot. Then slams the door. Eric goes straight into the back. Christian Flag touches the wall. Alexander touches the wall. Here comes Christopher Cassiano. He's right up onto the tail of this now. This is going to be fascinating over the next 2 minutes of this lap. And problems in the background as well. Here's Cassiano. He's got past Alexander, the lap car. So it's a four-way fight with about a minute and a half left to go. Lanchera's on the outside of Maroney. Those two still side by side. Zach Plum tries to get out of the way. Does a great job of it. Unfortunately for Maroney, he got slightly balked there or compromised on his line. Moves back to third, but he's just monstering Lancheras at the moment as we ride on board with Christopher Cassiano. A minute and 20 left to go. Nathan goes to the inside. They get very close. Here comes Cassiano, has to lift. You could hear him get out of the accelerator. Robbie Wright's only 0.9 behind as well. So he's not without some hope. Christian Flag leading this race. Less than a minute left to go. It's on for young and old. It is absolutely on for young and old. This is the view from Christian Flag looking back. Maroney sits there in second spot. A great drive from him to work his way forward. Eric Lanchera, geez, it's been elbows out here, hasn't it? Flag just skims the wall. No white flag around this time. So there'll be 2 more laps at least. Eric Lanchera is sitting right behind. You know he's going to want this spot. Half looks to the inside and gets slammed. That door gets slammed. Unfortunately, he's over and through the air. Huge for this race. Maroney tagged the wall as well. Oh, we'll go back and take a look at that. Zach Plum came out the worst side of that contact as well. Now, this time around it should be white flag. Oh, no, checkered flag. So I didn't see the white, but wow, Christian Flag, Nathan Maroney, Christopher Cassiano. I want to go back and take a look at Lancheras.
And my shoulders are dead.
Bang! Just sticks his nose where it's not wanted, and Zach Plum, nowhere to go. Nowhere to go for Zach Plum. Oh, we got to see this from Zach's point of view. Where is Zach? Where is Zach? Where is Zach? There. So let's see it from Zach's point of view. Comes through the turn. Turns the car in, stays wide to stay out of harm's way, and bang, there's a car in front of him. And we're doing loops. We're doing loops. Oh, my goodness. Lancheras involved in issues as well. Yeah, came in a little bit late. And as a result of that, gets tagged. Oh, jeez. Oh, the physics of these cars is questionable. Bang, poor Zach. Poor Zach. He's come through full noise, nowhere to go.
Yeah, now you're
It's
going
just
to need one
been
for your shoulders
flogged.
now, eh? That's exactly
Zach
what's
getting
licked
out on his own, tagging the wall. Oh, takes out Tostes as well.
Tell him,
Poor Rodrigo.
Tell him you're
Oh, my
racing,
goodness.
turning left for 30 minutes.
This
Fix
is
you.
absolutely insane racing. Now,
Yeah, they're
Ken
happy with me
Pullen
doing anything to
had an
try and
issue.
make it better.
It's Christian Flag there,
Yeah,
the
man.
eventual race winner.
Well, I'm glad you can make it
Now,
out.
what
I
happened
know you
here?
like
Did he
the
do this
oval.
on his own? Yeah, just almost takes out Christian Flag, and almost everybody got past,
it
but
was fun.
unfortunately, the 07 car of Russell Daly unable to do so.
Put too much of my sponsor's product, eh?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what oval racing's like
Yeah,
in a
good
Formula. I'm saving that. I'm absolutely saving that. Let's go check out the results here. Oh, my goodness. This is the practice session? No, this is it. Christian Flag. Okay, let's go back. We'll take a look at Heat 1. Eric Lancheres, Christopher Cassiano, Christian Flag, Alexander Bergershed, Todd Wakefield in 5th, David Gerard in 6th. Then we come to the B main. Eric Lancheres, Alan Daly, Eric Legoux, great job by these guys. Russell Daly from the United Kingdom and Christian Flag in 5th. Christian's going to come out of this pretty well, I think, based on the results we've seen. And there is the feature race for you to take a look at. Strength of field, 3.267, by the way, for those that are interested. Christian Flag with the win over Nathan Moroney. Great job by him. Christopher Cassiano, always there. Robbie Wright in 4th. Eric Legoux, that's a good result for him. Then we go back to David Gerard after getting caught up early on. Great fight back by Pit Bits. Don't forget to check out his YouTube replay of this, probably in about 24 hours. David will post that under Pit Bits on YouTube. Go and check it out. Suleiman Khan, Alan Daly, Ken Pullen, and Michael Thiessen round out the top 10. Well, if that didn't get your heart warmed up, I don't know what will. There you have it. One more round to go. Final round of season 2 comes your way next week. Let's check out where it's all going to take place for you. In fact, I'll just bring up the calendar here. Probably easier to do it that way. We are off to Brands Hatch doing the Indy track for the final race. Then we've got a special one coming your way the following week. Track yet to be determined, but at this stage, the voting is going the way of Suzuka full circuit in a Formula V. It should be an absolute ripper. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. We would appreciate that. And we'll look forward to catching up with you next time. Bye for now.